mad interesting to me. I was about to go to sleep and this just woke me up. His best interview ever. Thank you to all three of you. The pain of colonial rule is still raw. I worked for the Birmingham Commonwealth Games organizers, and I was shocked by their attitude towards people of black and brown skin, and even more Africans. Their only value was in making money through sports, for UK industry, or for continuation of domination by the monarchy. That's it. I left more traumatized than I was from the stories my grandparents related to us as children about their suffering. Many too traumatized to even talk about it, preferring to throw themselves deeply into a religion and the church for comfort. Damn. They so
That's
traumatized that
crazy.
they just religious as hell. And that's how they deal with their trauma.
Shit, I think that's the same thing that happens over here, bro. You know, being brought up, being brought up in the church, and the way that we were taught, and pretty much stating that God is law, and I mean, you think about the elderly that we grew up around, aunts and uncles that were heavy churchgoers. You know what I'm saying? They prayed before they did anything ever in life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that's true, bro. I feel like that's something that actually keep people sane. You know what I'm saying? It's something for them to fall back on, if you will.
It gives them comfort in times
Yeah.
of turmoil. So then
Yeah.
and then they try to believe in it even more than they actually do or whatever, to kind of like give them more comfort or whatever, if that makes any sense. It's like getting lost in it purposely so that you can
Mm-hmm.
like wrap yourself in it like a blanket,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you purpose. It gives you walk through life, and then no matter what happens, so but I think that that's a fear, though. You're scared, you're oppressed, you're not free, you're a mouse, you know what I'm saying? Let me read Elliot's comment. He says, "No one cares, nor have time to care."
Yeah. I seen that shit. Like I don't know, bro. Like I'm tell you, dude. I have a aunt that she's a good woman, man. But bro, she will literally. You ask her, you could be in the store and be like, "Hey, you got $1?" She'll literally break out in prayer. Heavenly Father, should I give him $1? Like it's that serious, bro. To the point you be like, "Nah, I don't want your dollar." Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I could never make sense of it as a young person, bro. But then I think about the trauma that she's faced in her life, the shit that she's been through, in life from a little girl up into her adulthood. Like that may be the one thing that keep her sane.
hmm And you can't judge people for finding their way to survive. It was a song lyric I heard, and it was like, "You got to be a little crazy, or you're not gonna we're not gonna stay alive," something like that. To survive, you got to be a little crazy. I can't remember how it go. But then it's like I thought about that, and it's like, wow, it's like I think there's a lot of truth in that. How do you make it through this crazy world without being a little insane?
Yeah.
Um, Let me read a couple more comments. It says, "If you live in Asia or Africa, you can still you can to this day see the damage done by colonialism. I don't care about blame, but about honesty and owning the past. Thank you for this video." Another one, "As a Princeton alumni, I take my hat off to Dr. Elkins, a fellow Princeton graduate, for being so purposeful and articulate in her discourse, and for having the courage to objectively document history and challenge our collective thinking." Another comment, "This is why I love the Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley. I want to thank her for awakening our awareness to all these atrocities in the Caribbean. Fight on, Kenyaki." That comment is really good because that's what really kind of brought my attention to it, because Barbados already, you know, let go of the crown. They was like, "Nah, we not with that no more." It was that lady when she got elected. She was like, "Nah, we denouncing the crown, and we not. a part of the Commonwealth, and like we're not fucking with them like that no more.
Hmm.
And I was like, whoa, they can do that? A country can do that? Like, how does that even work? It's super interesting to me. So it's funny because how many of the Caribbean or how many other countries aren't really free? Because they have the Commonwealth, it's all over the place. They like that's what they were saying. King, you know, Charlie, he got to take a tour on, as soon as he's got the crown now, so he has to take a tour on his Commonwealth to go to all of the countries that are a part of the Commonwealth. So it's like, hey, I'm the boss now. What's up? Hey, new boss. What's good, y'all? And that's over their governments and everything, whatever the hell they got going on over there. Dismantle the. This says British Commonwealth countries 2022, and it shows them on the map here. Without even going to the list, I can see it looks like Australia. Is that true? South Africa, India, still. What is this? I don't know what that is. It's a whole bunch of countries in Africa. One little country in South America. Is that Suriname? Is this Canada? What the hell? And what is this up here? Ireland? Let's look at the list. The British Commonwealth is the former name of the Commonwealth of Nations, a 54-member humanitarian coalition of countries, often referred to as the Commonwealth. The organization is devoted to the development of free and democratic societies and the promotion of peace and prosperity to improve the lives of all the people of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth Nations is sometimes confused with the Commonwealth of Independent States, a separate and unrelated international organization whose members are made up of former members of the Soviet Union. Okay, so countries of the British Commonwealth, 1926 to 1949. So what does that mean with that date? It says Australia, Canada, India, Irish Free State, New Zealand. The table above warrants significant clarification. Although the Commonwealth is widely considered to have begun with the signing of the Balfour Declaration in 1926, the official founding documents were not completed until 1931. Statute of Westminster, so that is the date founding countries are said to have joined. Two founding states had no longer members. Newfoundland reverted to British rule in 1934 before merging with Canada in 1949. An Irish Free State left upon becoming the Republic of Ireland also in 1949. Also, both Pakistan and South Africa have left and rejoined in the years since their initial admission. This table specifically addresses the countries of British Commonwealth. As such, countries joining after the 1949 name change to the Commonwealth nations do not appear. They are, however, listed in the master table further down this page. Okay, Commonwealth nations. Can I just go to it? I'm scared to click the link. Oh shit, it just took me back to the top. Okay. Wait. Here's something. 2022. Okay, yeah, I like this list. Damn, it's a bunch of freaking. Wow, this can't be true. It says countries of the Commonwealth of Nations 2022. Antigua, Australia, Bahamas, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belize, Botswana, Brunei, Cameroon, Canada, Cyprus, Dominica, Eswatini, Fiji, Gambia, Ghana, Grenada, Guyana, India, Jamaica, Kenya, Kiribati, Lesotho, Malawi, Malaysia, Maldives, Malta, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Nauru, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Rwanda. I'm going to read all of these. St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Solomon Islands, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tuvalu, Uganda, United Kingdom, Vanuatu, and Zambia. So, man, does that mean that those are all still part of the empire, like the British Empire? Is that what that really means?
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like it's saying right there.
And that would make sense why they're so rich. They're still collecting income because that's their land, so they could tax it or whatever. The corporations that want to go over there, yeah, y'all could do what y'all want to do. Chunk us our change off top.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever minerals and shit come up out of there, that's my shit. So pay us for that off top.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, bro.
I don't know. I don't think people understand the importance of this, but probably gonna move on.
They should. They should. Especially all these black folks that was you know, talking about, oh, the queen has died, and it, like, what the fuck you give a fuck for? She don't give a fuck about your black ass.
Man, these comments are great. Let me read some more. It says, my grandfather perished during colonialism, and we were denied knowing him. Actually, he disappeared. Even his body was not seen.
Damn. Yeah, that colonialism shit was fucked up, bro. It's it. Yeah, and I honestly don't think that even the researchers really get to tap in on how brutal that shit was for people. I think it's a I think they're not even allowed to touch on how brutal that shit was. If that makes sense.
Right. As far as when they be telling us history or
The
teaching us
history of it.
history or whatever.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
firsthand
bro.
accounts. You got firsthand accounts for because like the stuff India is still real fresh. You know, there's other countries that's it's still real fresh. You could just
Yeah,
go chop it up with some people and they remember and they could just tell you the story.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
me read another comment. It says, I've been trying to point this out, just the sufferings of our people on social media, and I've received so much hate and racism from the British people, it has traumatized me. One guy told us to be grateful for British rule. One said slavery benefited the slaves, and one woman on Reddit actually gaslighted me saying India is worse and they owe us nothing. And she pretended to know more about our own history and suffering than we know. That is so rich and condescending of them. Damn, this is long. I'm not gonna read all this. I told her of my ancestors and how much they suffered, and she's like, you shouldn't rely on my family knowledge. My jaw dropped. I do know India has problems. Indians are colorist and prefer white skin, but comparing it to a 250-year colonial rule is a bit much. The reason Indians want to whiten themselves is actually because of colonialism. We were made to internalize the fact that we were inferior because of our darker skin by the British. This is why so many Indians still look for validation from white people and want to get fairer, lighter skin. Nobody thinks about the why. Many Indians were also enslaved by the British and sent to Africa and South America. Look to Uganda and Guyana as an example. They even had human zoos with both Africans and Indians. Churchill was literally responsible for a famine that killed millions in Bengal. It is centuries of rule in India alone. The British looted 43 trillion in today's money over the course of 200 years, according to research from Oxford itself. Can you imagine how much that is? It's more than 2 times the size of the world's largest economy today. Generations are still living in poverty. An example of how this wealth was appropriated, take for example Indian weavers. The empire will make them make their weaved products, buy it at cheap prices, and then tax them 95% of the revenue. And then the same empire would export those products elsewhere. What is that poor weaver supposed to eat then? Let me read some more. Damn. I also realized the rich Maharhas sided with the British, and I don't deny that, but they didn't even make up 1% of the population and BDW. There were accounts of them being mistreated racially as well. For those who don't know, please read about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. In 1919, General Dwyer ordered the systematic shooting of 1,000 Indians who were peacefully protesting in a park. They were literally butchered on the day of their holy festival. The Crown later claimed it was only 350 lives and in 11 minutes, but the truth is the figure was much higher. I understand that Queen Elizabeth did not bring about colonization and slavery as she inherited the crown after some colonies had fought for their freedom, but she also did nothing. She didn't apologize. She didn't do anything to stop anything. In the 60s, there were still race laws sanctioning by her that prevented people of color from working in the palace. You can look it up online.
Damn.
That was long-winded comment. I read the whole thing. I said I wasn't, but I did. Oh shit, I'm not sharing this. Let me share this. Freaking man. I kind of wanted to cover this, man. So what do you think about it? What about the argument of reparations, right? Because you you know, they have evidence and everything of like the stolen diamonds, all of this stuff. Like what about giving some of that stuff back or trying to repair the peoples that were colonized and that are still like suffering as a result?
Man, you know, I think it's only right that they do that shit, but I don't know that they will do it though, Chaka. To just if I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? Because beyond the fact that the artifacts are out there, that the shit is out there that we know that this is what they did. I also believe that they hide behind not giving out reparations because I feel like if they give reparations, it also,
It's like
even though
admitting guilt.
it's
It's admitting
admitting
guilt.
guilt. Yeah,
That's what they don't want to do. Yeah,
and they
they don't want
don't want
to.
to do that.
They haven't said I'm sorry or nothing like that. Like
I
that's
honestly feel like that's what it is, bro.
yeah. I think so. I think you're right. I mean, and I think it would be a tough titty, man. Just because of the attitudes that people have, they really feel like the people weren't really human. They didn't, at the best we helped them. We organized them. We gave them religion. We
Yep,
civilized them. They should be thankful.
yep.
We gave them industry. You know, now they
Yeah, that's
got
what they want
freaking
you to think.
now they got jobs and electricity and they could get on the internet and they got cell phones and shit. They should be happy.
Yeah,
Be thankful. Talk about y'all would still be in the mountains or in the woods in the trees or something if it wasn't for us.
yeah, yeah. And look at all of the great athletes that came because of it.
The
They had to learn how to
Mandingos.
run. They had to learn how to run. So look, this was great for you guys.
Man, it's crazy.
I honestly feel like that's what they mean when they be saying like shut up and shoot or shut up and jump or some shit like that or shut up and run, that type of shit, because it's like you think about that shit, bro. Like, like that's what these motherfuckers basically. I don't know, man. I be thinking some off the wall shit.
Until the Commonwealth. Queen Elizabeth's death prompts reckoning with colonial